What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Right back at it again with another review video. This time for Supergirl Season 6, Episode 1 called Rebirth. But first things first, everybody can hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. Also, leave a comment down below what you thought of this episode season opener of Supergirl. Also, for those who are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Become part of the hottest, newest gaming channel on YouTube / media reviews and gameplays, whatever you want to call it. Just become part of it. Become part of the growing tribe. We really are growing, and I appreciate y'all. That's what leads me to those who are subscribed and the new subscriber alike. Thank you, love you, appreciate you for allowing me to entertain you, giving me your trust to entertain you. And yeah, I won't take too much of the time with this intro. I just like to say we gotta go on 450. Let's smash that subscribe button to get to that goal, and so we could go beyond. And hey, with that being said, let's get into it. Now, before I get into this, usually I start with the synopsis and stuff. Then I break down the episode. Those who are not in the know, this is technically was supposed to be Superman and Lois. What happened was due to the pandemic outbreak. Somebody on set, I don't know if it was somebody on set, one of the actual stars, whoever, somebody involved with the production had a case, had tested positive for COVID. So it was known that they did release a statement saying that once episode 5 of Superman and Lois was done, had aired, it will go on hiatus, temporary, unknown. Like, it's not even known when it's gonna come back from hiatus, but it was gonna go on hiatus and until I guess everything could get settled and cool and work back into normal. Because I guess they still got to finish some episodes. They don't have a lot of episodes finished yet. So in its place, Superman and Lois is now turned to Supergirl. And I think Supergirl wasn't supposed to air until May. It was supposed to be close to the summertime when Supergirl aired this final season. But now Supergirl is here, and we got the first episode. So, season 6, episode 1 premiere, Rebirth, which I also think is like, I think it's it's supposed to be, maybe it's like the last episode of Supergirl. I don't know if Supergirl actually finished or not. I'm not sure of that, but this might be like the last episode of the previous season. But correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But yeah, Rebirth. As Brainiac lays close to death after trying to stop Lex, Supergirl and team soar in to save him. Lena enlists their entire team to help her stop her brother. So, this episode basically picks off where last season left off. The fate of Brainy. You know, he's basically dying because of the radiation in that room. You can't be in that room without it killing you. They had trapped the divine dimension except for Gamini. I think I'm saying her name right. They trapped everybody except for her. Lexus used them like in this machine to give himself their powers and strength, and now he's able to use one of the one that had the brass knuckle Kryptonian laser beam thing. He's even able to use that to help him defeat Supergirl. And his big plan, that's his big plan. He's revealed that his big plan is not only to kill Supergirl, but Superman himself, and rid the world of Kryptonians. And then he want to rid the world of half of the population that doesn't, basically buy into his plan and belief. And that when he retasked the whole, I forgot what they was calling it, but the whole technology thing with the eye things, he repurposed that to using his sister Lena's technology and code to repurpose it so that people, when they come out of it, their eyes glow gold. And the reason why their eyes glow gold is because it was meant to use to see Lex, to always see Lex as the hero. No matter what he does, they had to automatically adore him. And he reveals that the people who didn't happen to, that's why he said half will be wiped out, because the half that wasn't connected to it and brainwashed, they're going to be automatically destroyed. And then he said, and then once that happens, he's going to continue and try to finish what the Anti-Monitor couldn't do, which was fix the universe. He said he's not going to just stop at his Earth. He's going to go to every Earth in the multiverse and finish what the Anti-Monitor started. Basically becoming the sole ruler of not only just his Earth, but the other Earths too, and rid them of people who wouldn't agree with his methods and the Superman and Superwoman alike. So we get the big old motivational speech. The episode actually picks up with them with Dreamer. She goes and saves Brainy. They have a fight with Gemini. I want to say her. I know I'm not saying it right, but they have a fight with her. It's revealed that she didn't get captured like the others, so she takes on Brainy and Dreamer and all of them. Brainy end up saving Brainy because Dreamer was able to open the door and get Brainy out of that radiation room. But we see that other than Kira herself, Martian Manhunter and the Lady Manhunter, they are all the ones who could stand in the radiation, but everybody else couldn't. Alex, she's going down. Brainy is down. Everybody's, Magan. That's her name. I'm about to say Magan. Magan is helping Alex, and she said she helped Alex and Brainy get out of there, and they continue to fight with her. And while they battle, Supergirl is battling her. Everybody, they fight and they try to figure out how to defeat her. And Brainy is the one who reveals that the only way to defeat her is to hit her with the anti-life equation. And apparently, the anti-life equation was built. He figured out. I don't know how he figured it out, but somehow I forgot. But somehow he figured out that the anti-life equation is what's needed to defeat her. So he uses that. They defeat her, but the ship and everything around it begins to crumble. And I won't get into specifics of how they defeat her, because that's for you to see when you see the show. But yeah, they defeat her. The ship around her becomes crumbled, and they get out of there. And then that's where Lena comes and enlists them and to help to stop her brother. So Supergirl's greatest. They realize they have to stop Lex Luthor, right? Because with Lena's help, they figure out that Lex has repurposed the satellites to destroy those who are not in his control, right? That's not controlling him. Are controlling him, that he's not controlling. They have to stop this. So Lena, and that's when we get to where she enlists everybody. And Lex's mother is concerned. She goes back. She's like, well, what happens to those who are not brainwashed, those who are not, in your control and stuff like that. She said, and she is told that those who were not hooked up to that VR technology, those who are not hooked up, the satellite is only supposed to target those. And he said, she even says, well, what about her, and Lena? And she's told that for her, she's like one of the only people who are, who is programmed not to hit, even though she was in control. It won't kill her, but it will kill Lena. And she argues with him that they don't need to kill Lena. That if he kills Lena, she will turn on him, and no matter mind control will help him, will keep her from coming after him. So he's like, well, it's only right because she killed me first. But he thinks about it, and contemplates whether he should kill Lena or not. Lena, basically they try to come up with a plan to stop him, and they realize that they're gonna need Meredith, and they're gonna need Meredith and some more stuff to basically outdo the free people from the control, and then they will need to be able to destroy the satellites in unison, or their plan will fail. McGon suggests that her and John do the mind melding technique to not only synchronize them, but synchronize everything around them, so that they can take them out and at once and all in unison. John has a little reservation about this because there are secrets and things that he don't wish to share with anyone. The horrors and what he's seen and what happened and whatnot. He wishes not to show that with anyone. And Alex convinces him that everything is going to be okay. His concern also too was with his doubt and his fear to share that with her is going to cause him not to be able to do the mind meld, and in turn he gets her killed. And Alex assures him that everything is going to work out because of everything he went through, everything he's seen. She's sure that it was gonna that his fear would be quelled, and his fear, and that everything will work out, and that he won't kill McGon. I'm trying to figure out what else will happen here. Yeah, so the team splits up. Brainy and Lena stays behind to get everything ready, while Dreamer and then we'll go get to Connection. Dreamer also has she has a dream herself again once on doing all this, and she saw basically the bigger plan. She saw that Lex and she saw what Lex explained to his mother, that she saw basically her dream representing him as the Anti-Monitor, and him destroying not just Earth but multiple Earths. And she also dreamed to see the way how to stop him and all that type of stuff. And when she comes out and she tells everybody that what she saw him represented as the Anti-Monitor, and that she realized that his plan is not only to destroy half the population on this Earth, but half of the population on the multiverse. So they realized that Lex's grand scheme is not just about them, it's on a bigger scale, and they just put them into panic mode. And Supergirl makes this gesture to sacrifice herself so that they can stop Lex, because they realize too, no matter what they do, that even though the plan could work, the plan has one major flaw, and that because he got the power of Leviathan, so they realize that a distraction is what is needed. They need to distract him somehow, because with his powers of Leviathan, he would sense not only Supergirl, but all of them as they go, to stop the satellites. So that's why Supergirl came up with the idea to sacrifice herself, and they are against it initially because they know Lex is going to try to kill her. But she, I have faith, got hope, there's a plan. So Supergirl goes to the fortress, or she sends them a call that Lex, with his smart intellect, he even calculated that they was going to get a call, and Supergirl calls him and tells him basically, "Hey, meet me at the fortress. If you come, give me the deactivation codes to the satellites, I will gladly give you what you want, and that's me." And Lex takes her up on that offer, but he knows that they got a devious plan, and he has one of his own. He knows that Supergirl don't know he got superpowers. He knows that he thinks that Supergirl don't know that he got superpowers, and he knows that he could take on Supergirl and kill her. And he said even if they manage to stop his satellites and stuff, he'd still be able to kill Supergirl. And then he tells my, hey, in hindsight, it is a need to celebrate, because if they stop me, Leon won't die. You know, he reveals in his mind he still never really planned on letting Lena live. He said only way that was gonna happen is they actually do succeed in stopping him. So the plan is springing into action. John and McGon is up there. They do the mind meld to destroy the satellite. They end up meeting at the fortress. Lex and Supergirl start to fight. Well, Lex hitting her with a kryptonite beam, and she berates him for the fact that he says that that what's wrong with Supergirl and Superman and her friends is that they trying to get the world to bend in a way that it just don't want to bend, and that when he's done with it, it'll be what it truly needs to be. It needs to be the way it truly needs to have, and the saviors it needs to have. Excuse me. And but Supergirl berates him because she said, "How is we so different? Now you got alien blood and technology, alien blood and powers running through your veins. How are we so different?" And then Lex gets up. He thinks about and ponders what she says. That he said, "What the difference is, one of us is willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done." And he turns around and finishes blasting her with the kryptonite beam, which seamlessly kills her. And Lex, he checks her pulse and she don't got no pulse. So he goes off with delight. They actually play a famous song. I won't say it in the video because you could get copyright claim just for humming it or tuning it, all that type of stuff. So, but I will say the song that they play is the song that they play when the Cavaliers won the championship. They play that song. There's only one song that could signify them winning the championship. So I will tell you, it starts with "We." But yeah, he's dancing around to this song that he finally thinks he's a champion, and that he won. And then surprise, surprise, everybody shows up at the Fortress of Solitude ready to fight him. Even now revive Supergirl with the Supergirl armor that Lena makes her to protect her from kryptonite. And he doesn't, Lex like, how is this possible? You were dead, and you guys shouldn't have been able to get here in time to save her. And that's because they said that's because we took use of your hubris, your cockiness, and we used it against you. And now it's just you and us. He said, fine, you might destroy my satellites and stop it, but you still can't stop me. I'm immortal. So they begin to fight, and Lex end up getting the upper hand. In the fight. Everybody tries their best to defeat him, but he gets the upper hand. In the last ditch effort, they realized they got the crystal. They got the crystal that was needed to power the gun to depower him. It was a little funny little bit before the fight started. They tried to use the gun to take away his powers, but it didn't work. And he said, "Oh, that got to be embarrassing." And then that's what started the fight. And then once he overpowered them, everybody was kind of too weak to get up at the moment to help him to fight him. I mean, he goes over. He noticed the Phantom Zone gun, and he realized he's going to use it on Supergirl. Supergirl's reeling from the fact that she still got hit with the kryptonite beam again. She used the last bit of her strength to kick the crystal to Alex. Alex puts the crystal into the gun to power the gun up, this time to the full capacity, allowing her to strip Lex Luthor just as he blasts the Phantom Zone gun, and it strips him of his powers, and they knock him to the ground. You can see that he really is mortal again because he's bleeding from his mouth and nose. The victory is short-lived though, as they saw the beam shot from Lex when Lex used the Phantom Zone gun was successful in doing something. I won't tell you what that something is, but someone ended up getting gone and is now trapped in the Phantom Zone. Um, let's see what else happened. Yeah, so people are basically making up excuses for this missing person, and this, they got a, Catco buys it. Catco, the the girl who wanted to use the technology like that for her purposes. She has a little story arc in this too about how her father basically disgraced her for the failure of that technology, but she goes and uses her powers to make her father buy her out, which saves the Calco. Now Calco is going to return back to journalism, and they're going to use the expose on Lex Luthor to relaunch Calco's newspaper. And there was also an expose done on Lex Luthor once the little stuff was taken away. People actually saw Lex Luthor. They was like, I can't believe, what are we seeing him? Like, I can't believe that we actually thought he was a good guy, all that type of stuff. People started coming out of it and saying Lex who he truly was. They threatened to take Lex to jail, but he said he's not going nowhere near no jail. So because if they take him to jail, he's going to expose who Supergirl really is. And we get to see as they're getting ready to they take him to jail anyway. But when they made plans to do that, Lena used Meredith one last time to erase the memory of Supergirl's identity, not only from Lex Luthor but from her mother and anybody else that could use her identity to hurt Supergirl. She gives Meredith back over to Lena. Everybody trying to figure out how to move on from this person missing. Could it be Brainy? It could be anybody. Brainy and Dreamer does make up though. I won't tell you when where, but to keep up the mystery who disappeared if you haven't seen the episode. But they do make up in this episode before the person in question disappeared. So like I said, it could be any one of them. But I tell you, it wasn't Dreamer or Alex. So because they're at the end. Dreamer was there to give the excuse why someone wasn't there. But yeah, the episode ends with on the cliffhanger showing that this person is in the Phantom Zone. But that is it. That's my halfway breakdown of the episode, leaving out the good parts, just so you can go check out the episode yourself. If I would give this episode Supergirl anything, I would give it. I'll tell you this. I was going to give it a 7. Maybe a 7.5, but I give it an 8 big ups because it wasn't as good as the Flash. Like I said, I gave the Flash a 9 big ups in my previous video, but this big ups I give it 8 because it was good. But the reason why I felt like it couldn't get no higher than that, and like I even gave it the benefit of the doubt giving it. I was going to give it only high as a 7 or 7.5, but I give it a 8 just because it felt like this was I might be wrong, but it felt like this was a combination of the final the moments was supposed to be the last episode for season 5, and what this episode was supposed to be, when like they combined it, because some stuff felt rushed. That whole fight at the beginning with Gimini, whatever her name was, the Leviathan that had the power of technology, that felt rushed, and it felt underwhelming. And some things just felt rushed. It felt a lot of the stuff in the episode felt rushed. But besides, that was like the only problem with this episode is that everything, not everything. I won't even say everything or the majority, but it was like a quarter of stuff. A quarter of the episode felt like it was rushed, or the plot lines and everything. Some things felt like it was rushed. But yeah, that's all I got. 8 big ups though. Still, I recommend you go watch the episode because it was a good episode. But you can hit this button right here to get all of my reviews. You hit this button right here, and it'll take you. That will give you a subscribe. You'll be subscribed to the channel to be part of the tribe, or hit any one of these amazing videos for more of my amazing content. Chief out. Stay safe. Peace.